Welcome back to Treasure and Change. Today we have about $200 in nickels. We have a solid unsealed box, and we have these loose coins as well. These were received from a credit union. They're just a variety of customer wrapped. This is a sealed box. We're gonna open it up for the first time right here, live on camera. Let's see what we have. Hopefully it's not... Okay, perfect. It is circulated. I don't see too many interesting enders here. This one is gonna be the westward journey, so we'll see what reverse that has. This looks a little old. It's, oh look, is that 1948 it looks like? So that's kind of cool actually. Not silver but old. So this box looks interesting. It's intriguing. So we'll have to get into these and see what we find. Stay tuned. Okay, we got our first find here. It's a Canadian. So we have the beaver. It is 2009, and these stick to magnets. So not sure why I always run the magnet test ahead of time, but I didn't catch this one. Maybe the roll was too thick or something. So there's a foreign. It's Canadian, 2009. Okay, we got our next find. This customer wrapped rolls are coming in hot. Got a 1951 D mint mark. So that one's gonna have 20.4 million. So this is kind of a semi-key date, if you will. It's not that many minted, 20.4 million. So we're doing good, off to a great start. Okay, let's do this one live. Let's see what we can find. Here's some discoloration. It's probably just old. Yeah, 1948. So 1948p. This one's seen better days. In that same roll, we have another 1940s. Let's do another one live here. Let's see what's in it. Oh, I see some reading. That's not supposed to be there. It's Colombia. So 50 pesos from Colombia. This one's kind of in rough shape. I don't know if what I'm gonna do with that one. That one's kind of in rough shape. 2003. It's been around the world and back. Okay, friends and family, here we are. We have our first silver of the hunt. We opened up a roll, and this is what we found. I wish I would have done this live, but hey, you know, I got limited storage space here on my phone, so I opened up the roll. This is what we have. There's one that instantly stood out, different than the rest. Bet you can imagine which one that is. So I just took a little peek, and you see where that mint mark is? P on the top there. That indicates this is a silver war nickel. Made during World War II. They needed the copper to make bullets, so they substituted with silver. That makes it more valuable today. This is in the same roll as the war nickel. Are you kidding me? This is the best roll on a nickel hunt I think I've had in a very long time. Okay, future me here with the voiceover. When I first found this coin, I thought it was an off-center strike, and I called it an off-center strike in error. It's actually a misaligned die. If it were off-center strike, there would be the same effect on the reverse, but in this case, it's just on the obverse, which means the die was misaligned when it struck the coin. Man, this off-center strike almost made me forget exactly what I was gonna tell y'all. So on this 1943p silver war nickel that we found, these are not necessarily rare in the sense that there were 271.1 million made, right? They have value because they have silver in them. But there's a couple errors on here that you want to look for, and it actually says them in the red book. You don't even have to go very far to find them. They even share two pictures up here to help you identify these errors. So one is doubling on the obverse with the eyes. You'll see there that the eye has some doubling, and then on the date there's a 3/2 error. So I scoped and looked for both of those on this, and I didn't find them. How incredible will that be? I might even look one more time just to make sure that my eyes aren't deceiving me. Okay, so no, that 1943P did not have. It's official. I triple checked. But wow, look at this. Just getting a closer look, the T and the S in Trust are completely off the design. The L and the I on the other side in Liberty are floating off the design. What a cool coin. Super happy I found this one. So when we check the back of it, this is where we can see that it's not an off-center strike, because if it was an off-center strike, the whole planchet, which is the blank piece of metal before it's struck and made into a coin, would have been out of the striking zone, meaning that both sides would have that same effect. But in this case, only one side has it. You'll see here on the edge of the coin, there's some overlapped metal, which is also kind of neat about this coin. Now, I've seen similar coins to this sell on eBay for about $10 to $20, so it wouldn't necessarily make financial sense, but I might send it off to get graded because I'm trying to create a typeset for era coins that I find while coin roll hunting. So, really excited about both of these. Great finds. Okay, we have two more here. We have the 1955D that has 74.4 million minted. If you turn it over here on the back, it does have the mint mark. Unfortunately, if it didn't, it would have been 7.8 million for the 1955 Philadelphia. That would have been amazing. So this is a 1947 Philadelphia. Has 95 million minted. It's very slick, but it's from the 40s, so we're gonna keep it. Okay, we're almost done with the rolls here for the customer wrapped rolls. You can see in the background, a little blurry, out of focus, but that's how many we have left. We found this dateless buffalo. No idea what date this is going to be, but cool find nonetheless. Okay, let's start off the bank wrapped rolls now. We have two cool enders here. We have a foreign, and then we have this 1948 nickel here. These are great signs. Let's see what we can find. Okay, I've been storing up some finds for you here. This is a modern Balboa. It's just a foreign from Panama. So that was probably the ender that we saw earlier. Next, we're actually let me do this one first. This is the buffalo. This is a dateless buffalo that we found. This is the second dateless buffalo we found. It's very slick and it's got something growing on this side, but it's still a really cool find. I can't make out the date there. That's just way too slick. So, but it's still a really cool buffalo. Future me here again. This is a 1951 Cinco Centavos from Dominican Republic. At first I thought it was from Mexico. Maybe I could make out Liber, and I thought, Libertad, and then centavos, right? So we knew it's a Spanish language country. I just couldn't quite make out which one. When I flipped it to the reverse, though, I did see down at the bottom what looked like Dominican Republic there on the scroll at the bottom. So that was my hunch. I did look it up and was correct. So I provide these stock photos here that show you what the coin would look like if it was crisp from the mint. So really cool find. I love finding old foreign coins. So here's another find. We were almost through the roll here towards the end, and we have another buffalo. So this one, let's see, it's in pretty good shape considering it's been circulated. Does have a little bit of wear, but ding right there. That's okay. Let's see what the date is. We have a 1935 Philadelphia, it looks like. I don't see the mint mark. So 1935 Philadelphia buffalo nickel. Minus this ding, it's in wonderful shape. That's definitely a find we'll hold on to. I really thought that there was no way that these bank wrapped rolls were going to get anywhere near the success we had in the custom wrapped rolls, but I'm just noticing that this one just keeps on giving these dateless buffaloes. There's another buffalo without a date. Kind of cool. Definitely going to keep that too. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a recap. On the left, you'll see these are the coins that we found in the customer wrapped rolls, and on the right, you'll see these are the coins that we found in the bank wrapped rolls. On the top, these are stacked, the 40s and the 50s. And then this is the best date that we found. It's a 1958 Philadelphia. It has a mintage of 17 million. So that's the lowest mintage we found. And this is not an off-center strike. This is probably going to be a misaligned die or a diagonal strike, something to that effect, because it doesn't show the effect on the backside. An off-center strike would show the same effect on the backside. So we got to figure out what this is, and I'm curious to hear what you think it is. Tell me down in the comments below what you think this is. I think it's a misaligned die. We found a war nickel, has silver in it, 1943p, and then we found a dateless buffalo. So that's our customer wrapped. Our bank wrapped, we had our 1940s and 1950s. Nothing too special there as far as key dates go. We did find this 1951 Dominican Republic Cinco Centavos, which I thought was really cool there. I'm going to look up more about the history of that coin. The next we found is a 1935p Buffalo. It did have a date. It's actually in pretty good condition considering it was circulated for so long. It does have that big gash here around the 4 o'clock, the 5 o'clock. So that's that. And then we did find 2 dateless buffaloes. So you tell me, which would you rather have? The finds from the customer wrapped or the finds from the bank wrapped? I know which one I would rather have, but I'm curious to hear what you think. Tell me down in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next one.